people. Hi, we're Soeur, and you're listening to Rhino Radio.
So I'm reunited with the lovely ladies and gentlemen of Soeur.
Hi.
I've learned how to pronounce it.
Nice.
Slightly warmer this time.
Yeah, last time we were in the corner of Birmingham.
Yeah.
But we loved it, kept it raw.
Yes.
And now you got not one but two sets, 2,000 trees. How did that happen? James, who did you have to be extra nice to?
James Scarlett. And we just had
his feet every day for a month.
something like that. I think we just got a free upgrade, you know, like if you're committed to a festival, like with your mobile phone company, you get like a free upgrade after a few years. Yeah, it's like a loyalty award. Like because we've played a few times, they were like, oh yeah, we should give them an upgrade. So
And a band dropped out.
yeah, and the band dropped out as well.
That's
And we were like, please,
That's
us,
not the reason.
Yeah.
please.
So they were like, oh, there you go. Yep, there's your free upgrade. Well, cheers, thanks. See you next year as well.
And I love talking to bands when they have brand new news. So we can finally say that the EP No Show is coming out in just a few weeks. Is that September?
Yeah,
It is.
Okay.
sometime in September.
Yeah,
Sometimes we don't know yet.
23rd is around about the time that it will be.
Okay. What else can we say about that? I know some of the singles have already been out. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was not said about No Show that we need to know?
What was not said about No Show that?
What
What's
about the
important?
EP?
We haven't really said much, have we? We could talk a lot about No Show.
The problem is, like, the EP's been like in our little bag for a long time, and then everyone's like, oh, so what's happening? And we're like, oh, well, we kind of forgot about it because it's been tucked away on a shelf. So, yeah, we're not really prepared of what to say about it. I don't know. I guess, yeah, it's coming out. There's some nice music on there.
It's a bit
it
more
sounds
polished.
Good. Yeah, it's a bit more polished.
This time.
A bit more
It's
like
really
refined. It's got everything that you want from a 5-track EP. 5 tracks. Don't know if we said that before.
Yeah, 5 tracks.
The last time we met, I've asked if James is going to start singing. I've watched the video for Do What I Want.
Oh well, yeah.
And you were kind of singing on it. I don't know if it was actually on the voice side, but on the acting side, you were singing. So
Yeah.
is it happening on the EP?
Well, that's kind of like we're just testing the water. I'm just testing the water at the minute. I'm doing like a bit of miming work, seeing how that
See how it
works.
looks first, and
Yeah.
then if he looks good doing it,
If it
then
looks,
it'll probably be alright.
9 out of 10. If it looks
Doesn't
good,
really matter how it
then
sounds.
it's gonna be fine. So that was kind of like to test the water, see if the reception from the general public was like, yeah, that looks pretty good. So that's
Everyone loves the dancing so far.
how it's gonna go. Yeah, I kind of had to give them
Dancing are
as well.
amazing.
Thanks.
Are you expecting one day to be a meme?
Oh, definitely.
That's the dream.
I want one. It'd be great.
That is the dream.
It's the best bit.
dream.
The best bit of the video.
Yeah.
Well,
you know you've made it when you've got your own meme. I
That's
believe.
But someone else has to make it.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
can't make
Yeah,
it
you
yourself.
can't make it yourself.
That's
I don't even
cheating.
know how you make them anyway. Science.
I think that the band Puppy, they're really good at making memes.
Okay.
And they're playing this weekend.
Oh really? Are they?
You just
like,
plant
quite
that
good?
seed.
Yeah.
Puppy, if you're watching, James wants a meme.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need a
Maybe
meme.
you could plant the
Get
seed.
me
Meme me.
That's it. And what I do love about the band is that if I talk about a song, each and every one of you is going to have a different story behind that song.
probably.
Even though you wrote it together, you all have your own interpretation and kind of connotation to it. So I know that Do What I Want has at least 2 stories. Who wants to go first?
And you can go first.
I kind of wrote that song, or like started writing it like at a time when I think I just got fed up with like relationships, and I started exploring like polyamory, and I got really frustrated with people I was in relationships with not being like honest with themselves, and I just got to the point where I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and if you can't kind of align with my needs, then I'm not gonna do it. And basically I essentially just abandoned a compromise, which was kind of like a I don't know, pushback against how I'd been feeling in relationships for a long time, but kind of come round. At the end of the song, it sort of goes back on itself, and it's like, oh, but actually, oh, well, if you want me, and it's like, oh, well, kind of come away from that abandonment and compromise, because of course every relationship, no matter what it is, has to have some level of compromise. So that's kind of what it's about for me. But also it's kind of empowering, and it's like, yeah, do what you want, do what I want.
Tina, you made it your own in a different way?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've never felt the need to experiment with polyamory in the same way. So, like, for me, it was just about sometimes you can get into a relationship where you are actually compromising too much. And, like, so many people do it, which is why so many people cheat as well. You know, it says people cheat all the time and think it's okay because they're just obviously, like Anya said, not honest with themselves. So it's about sticking to what you want, but obviously respecting that like Anya said, there has to be a compromise sometimes. It's just the polyamory bit wasn't my bag, so that wasn't kind of how I took it.
And James, how did you make it your own?
Just add some nice drum fills in there and
It's about feeling.
make it a good feel. To be fair, I think I did when we were writing the music. I think kind of wanted a song that's a bit more like up tempo, like it's a really good song to kind of walk to, and I think that's really important sometimes.
Oh, he was about to whip out some more dance moves.
Yeah. No, I'll save it. But I think when we were sort of doing an EP, that idea was like, it'd be nice to have a few songs on there that do have that kind of like a good pace to them. And I thought it went down really well today in the cave.
It went down
just
really
like because it's just got that like it's got a good bounce to it. So yeah, obviously because I'm not writing,
don't you?
because I'm not like writing lyrics and stuff. I'm more like the music side of stuff of trying to get the energy that's there, and that's my part in sometimes, I suppose. So yeah,
We'll go back to relationships. How is it affecting music? What's affecting what? What's leading? Music leading a relationship? Relationship leading the lyrics? Or is it leading tours? How is it affecting each other?
Actually,
No vetoes.
so what do you mean? How relationships affect the music, and then how the
Yeah, because sometimes it affects it in lyrics. So the idea for a song will come from relationships. Sometimes it's actually affecting by saying you can go on a tour, or if you go on a tour, then this or that will happen.
This is
Or
why
some
I only
relationships.
date musicians. That's
your answer.
Yeah.
Made it easier. So for you, it made it easier. Made it more difficult, or inspired you.
I think it's hard because sometimes you're kind of writing personal things about other people that are then being put out there, and it's not necessarily an accurate reflection on what happened. It's just a representation of your emotional reaction to that at the time. And so I'd never sort of name anyone or be like, oh, this person made me feel this way and I'm angry, and like, yeah, but probably is hard for people if, I don't know.
James, you want to share? I feel like Tina wants to skip.
yeah, I don't really know.
I don't really write about things that have really affected me. Like, it's something I stay away from because that's not my way of dealing with it. I want to write about things that I think about a lot, that like I know that maybe like raise awareness to, more so. So yeah.
It's like sometimes the music for me can be like an escapism from what is going on, kind of thing. So
you don't necessarily want to be.
I don't really want all those things to collide. Sometimes it's nice to have it as a separate thing, something you can go to as like, you know, it's just nice to have that break sometimes, kind of thing. So I don't really, obviously general life stuff is always going to affect how you are as a musician anyway, because they're so like intertwined with each other. So yeah, writing music, if you're going through a shit time, you can guarantee the music that you're going to write is going to be reflecting that in some way. But in my mind, I kind of like it to be, I don't know, subconsciously I kind of disassociate it. It's like I do music as a way to forget about that stuff, and then it just comes out naturally rather than like consciously thinking about, I'm going to reflect how I'm feeling there by this music right now. Like it just happens naturally, kind of thing for me.
And on that escapism and the true self coming out, I really enjoyed the video for Do What I Want, and there were so many characters. Which one is the closest to who you actually are or want to be, the dream? So I know you're John Travolta.
Yeah.
I think all of mine had a little bit of who I am. There's like the guy in the suit. I was like a bit of a tomboy when I was a kid. Like always liked kind of dressing up. I did ballet when I was younger, so that character was kind of accurate. The moody goth, like I was a very moody teenager. So I guess all of them have a little bit of me in them. But it's just it was just that it wasn't particularly thought out. It was just a fun, we were just like, right, let's
bag
have
of
some
clothes.
characters.
And it's like, oh, what should we wear next? Like, don't know. So
Yeah.
it wasn't as planned and thought out as people
might
seem to think it is. But that's, it can be a good thing sometimes. You do things a bit spontaneous, and it's like you do something that you probably wouldn't have actually planned to do if you thought about it. So, yeah.
And just before we say goodbye, let's try and make the world a better place. What's your tip in making the music scene, either on stage or off stage, safer and welcoming to more people? What do we need to do as musicians and as fans?
I think just be aware of each other and be aware of what's going on around you is the most important thing.
Just be nice to people.
Yeah.
Like, introduce yourself. Like, people just don't introduce themselves anymore, and it's not because people are nasty. It's because they're shy and like insecure. Like, even I do it. Like when I'm going to like go in a dressing room and there's another band in there, I'm like, kind of don't even look in. And then when you do look, and someone gives you the nod, it's so nice, and it's just like, hi, how are you doing?
Just say hello.
Yeah, say
All right.
hello, and get to know other bands, because it like everyone wants friends, everyone wants to like each other, and everyone wants to do good at the end of the day.
A hello and a smile can do a massive thing.
Yeah.
But
They say
if there's someone
smiling's
there that's,
contagious,
Like, very anxious about something, and you just say hello and smile. Like, it's an instant human reaction that's going to make them feel better. So, yeah.
I remember in school that we had an assembly, and the teacher asked one person to stand up, just one random person to stand up. She stood up, and it was my friend Charlotte, and they said, just smile. And she went,
We'd just be like,
and then literally
everyone
the
else
whole
it's an
assembly
instant
just,
reaction.
after about 30 seconds, just started pissing themselves. It was just, everyone was laughing. It was literally because Charlotte stood up and just went,
Yeah. If you smile, generally someone's going to smile back at you. Like,
smile.
spread the love.
Yeah. Love that message. So spread out to the world. We're going to smile each other.
Yeah.
Thank you. Loving it. Just before we say goodbye on that positive note, we said that No Show, the EP, is going to be out in September.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to fans and listeners out there?
Thanks.
Thank you. We did this last time, didn't we? We were like,
Look after each other.
look after
and
each
look
other.
after the planet.
Yes.
Look after the planet.
Yeah,
Keep-
look after each other, look
Keep
after the
looking
planet.
after the planet. Don't forget the planet, guys.
Don't forget the planet.
Or the planet will
Don't
forget
burn
you.
down your own house. Don't burn down my house.
Don't piss in your own back garden.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to take some notes right now. Thank you very much, ladies. James, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next time on
soon.
Saturday, right?
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay, have fun. Thank you for your time.